So in this video, we're going to take a look at the equation for a circle, and we're going to identify the center and the radius so that we can graph an equation that's given to us in standard form. So let's go ahead and look at the standard form equation. So the standard form equation of a circle with a center HK and radius R. So the center is always represented by HK in the formula, and the radius is always represented by R. So just kind of new pieces there that are being given to us. So H always goes with X. If you notice, that's the X coordinate for the center, and Y and K always go together. Again, K is the Y coordinate for the center. So we go X minus H squared plus Y minus K squared, and that equals the radius squared. So if I have H and K and the radius, I can very quickly graph this circle because I can graph the center, and then the radius is the distance from the center to the side of the circle. And that is all that Alex really needs in order to graph this. So the equation of the circle is given below. Identify the center and the radius. So if I look at this, here's my H, here's my K, and this is my radius squared. So I do need to take the square root of this so that I can actually graph it. So I'm going to go, the radius is 4 because the square root of 16 is 4. So I'm going to graph the center. So I went over 4, and I went up 1, and I graphed that. And then it doesn't matter if I go right, left, up, down, as long as I'm going, either straight right or left or up or down. I can't go diagonal on this one. And I'm going to put a point for my radius. So I'm just going to count over 1, 2, 3, 4 and put a point. And then you're going to use your tools on Alex to actually graph this, and I'll show you that in just a second. But again, you could have gone to the right here, I could have gone up, and I could have gone down. So let's go ahead and take a look at Alex really quick. So this is what it looks like on Alex. So this is just a different equation, but we can see it's X minus H squared plus Y minus K squared equals R squared. So they're going to ask you to type in a center and a radius. So since it should be minus on both of these, that means if it turned into a plus, that means I had a minus negative, which tells me this is -5 and -1. So be careful about that. Make sure you're paying attention. The original equation had minuses there. And then remember, the radius isn't 9. That's R squared, so I need to take the square root, so it's 3. So this is part credit. Now what I need to do over here, and I can either use the pencil and put my points, or I can go straight to this piece. Make sure you're grabbing the correct piece because we have circle, parabola, ellipse, hyperbola. We're not actually going to deal with this in IM2, but these are all the different things that could be graphed. So we want to click on circle, and I want to place the center of my circle. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the negative. So I'm going left. Then I'm going to go down 1, and I'm going to click. Now if you notice, now it's telling me to place a point on the circle. That means use your radius. So I'm going to go over 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to click. Now I could go up 1, 2, 3. You notice it's the same circle, or I could go left 1, 2, 3, same circle, or I could go down 1, 2, 3. Now you notice it keeps following me around because I haven't clicked yet. As soon as I click, now it's solid and I can move my mouse away without changing the circle, and I can go ahead and click check, and I should be good to go there. So that's what it looks like on Alex. So looking at another problem here, it says writing the equation of a circle centered at the origin given its radius or a point on the circle. So given the equation of the circle centered at the origin and passing through point 0, -4. So with this one, it's centered at the origin, and it's telling me it's passing through this point, which is 0, -4, so I can just go straight down to -4, because I didn't go right or left, I'm going down to 4, and then I'm going to draw the circle here. So Alex isn't actually going to give you a graph on this one. I just think it's a little bit helpful to see it. You don't have to see this one, because if it's centered at the origin, that means that my H and my K are 0, 0. And then this point that it's passing through actually gives me my radius. It's going to be 4. So I can see that in any one of these kind of direct pieces here. Well, now I can go ahead and write my equation. So it's X minus H squared plus Y minus K squared. Remember, those are both 0, 0. And then equals R, which is -4 right now. I'm just using that distance, -4 squared. So the square is actually going to get rid of the negative. So we're going to end up with these ones, x minus 0 is just x, right? So it's just x squared, And same thing with the y here. So it's just y squared. So if you see an equation like this, it just means that the center is 0, 0, because 0 was subtracted from both, and it doesn't change anything, right? That's actually one of our properties that we learned in math quite a while ago. And then negative 4 squared is 16. So that is the equation of this circle. All right, we're going to do one more piece here. So now we're going to write an equation of the circle with the center negative 3, negative 8, and a diameter of 12. So what do we know about the diameter of a circle? We know that this one has 12, but specifically the diameter of a circle, remember, that's a radii back to back with another radii, because a radius goes from the center to the side, and a diameter goes from side to side through the center. So if I know the diameter, I can just simply divide by 2 to get the radius. And I need the radius to write the equation of a circle, right? It's radius squared at the end, not diameter squared. So the equation for the circle, we have x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. So we're just going to plug it in. I have my h and my k, and I have my r here for my radius. So I have x minus negative 3. Remember, this minus is there, and then I have negative 3 for my h, and then y minus negative 8 squared, and then we're going to take that 6 and square it for the radius. So now minus negative, that's going to turn into a plus for both of these. You do have to correct that. Alex will not let you type in minus negative. So just know if you have that situation, it turns into a positive. And then 6 squared, it does want you to simplify that to 36. So that is the equation for this circle. So this was just applying the standard equation for a circle to either graph it or find the equation given the pieces. So I hope that helped, and I'll see you in the next video.